Let's start. Are we ready? Okay, Okay, if we are ready, let's start. Thank you very much, media houses. You are most welcome for this press conference of today, which was called by CEPO specifically following the latest development in the country with regard to our political situation. We're all aware that there is a silent war going on, though officially it's not declared by our parties who are signatory to our access. So as civil society and one of the signatories to our access, we'd like to take this opportunity to hold this press conference today, and thank you for turning out. My name is Edmund, Yakani, Executive Director of CEPO. I'd like to take this opportunity to raise a concern and appeal to our leaders who are signatory to our access at the same time as a parties to our access, to opt to resolve their political differences in a non-violent manner. We wish that they should use dialogue to resolve their problems, because the recent occurrence of armed violence between the SSPDF and the SPLIO around Juba is threatening the faith of the political transition in the country. And you're aware that two incidents happened the day before yesterday and yesterday. These are all much more close proximity from Juba city, which is not less than estimated 10 to 15 miles out of Juba. So I, Edmund Yakani, as Executive Director of CEPO, I feel that this is a clear declaration, or this is a clear indicator that our political leaders have opted to resolve their political differences in a violent manner. And you are aware, when our leaders want to resolve their crisis in a violent manner, what is the consequences? You have seen the horrific images that came when we see the violence happening in Nasir and other parts of the country like Wulang and Longochuk, and we have seen also incidences in Western Equatorial State. The approach of resolving political differences in a violent manner is dragging the country to a disasters that are man-made. We are urging our leaders to immediately embrace dialogue, because the country is returning to war. Further, we are witnessing increased new humanitarian challenges at a particular moment where the donors of humanitarian aid are distancing themselves from supporting the humanitarian assistance. So as a Community Empowerment for Progress organization, we suggest the following 5 action points. And I would like to repeat, we are calling for our leaders to really implement these 5 action points. Number 1 is immediate cessation of hostility. Number 2, we are urging for facilitation of a dialogue between our leaders through the mediation of our religious leaders. And we are aware that all religious leaders are engaging our leaders. The third one is that we want to see immediate rollout of the unification of the forces. As you are aware that the issue of the unification of the forces is becoming a big challenge with the fate of Chapter 2 of the agreement. And if the unified forces are not really sorted out once for all, this confrontation will never avoid it. It will continue throughout the lifespan of the political transition in the country. And we need to see the stoppage of this confrontation language in the media. And we have seen there's a huge confrontation language in the media among the spokesperson of the parties to the agreement. But also that should include they distance themselves from hate speech, hostile propaganda, and misinformation. And of course, we have seen even South Sudanese are really promoting hate speech and hostile propaganda and misinformation in the media. We're urging our leaders, as a 5th action, we're urging our leaders to allow IGAD to deliver the outcome of its 43 extraordinary summit. You are aware that IGAD have held its extraordinary summit 43 on the situation of South Sudan. They have come out with decisions, and one of the decisions is that they're supposed to establish an inter-ministerial committee, and the inter-ministerial committee is supposed to visit the country. And now we've seen IGAD's visits being stopped. CEPO appreciate the decision of His Excellency First Vice President and the Chairperson of Governance Cluster for lifting the sanction that by then they have issued on non-participation in the security mechanisms, which were part of the Chapter 2, and that helped us to work around the security arrangement. We hope that that decision will also contribute for this escalation of the violence that we have seen is going on in the country, because we feel that our religious leaders play a big role to really bring a dialogue between them, and they should embrace what our religious leaders is doing. Of course, as a CEPO, we finally are urging our leaders of the country to urgently engage in dialogue, and we hope that dialogue is the best option that they can use to resolve their problems. And also we feel that the faith of our access with the violations that are going on is really challenged. And these violations also challenging the legitimacy of the government. The current government of national unity legitimacy is challenged with these violations. So thank you very much for attending this press conference. If there's questions and answers, I'm ready to respond to. Thank you.